growth to value, quote unquote, what is a value? But still, this is absolutely rolling over. So the mega cap tech earnings are disappointing, or at least the reactions, the guidance, and then this indicator is showing that weakness is coming into play. Craig yesterday explained it better in the macro to micro power hour, but VIX has this habit, right, of kind of running into Friday. I'm talking about a recurring pattern, and then the VIX crush, and then it kind of has this big unwind on a Monday morning. So every weekend, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? And as long as nothing happens, the vol sellers win. They absolutely win. They short that vol on a Friday, and Monday morning, what happens? 16 consecutive weeks in a row, we have gapped down. It's been bought. VIX sellers win again. Huh. Anyway, one of these Mondays, it might surprise. Okay, Craig's already written about the factor rotation in his channel. No kidding. Okay, I got to look at that because I'm fascinated if that's going to kick in. Another alpha unwind day, out of growth into value from large cap to small cap. I don't think this will last as alpha unwinds often beget beta face plants. And the dollar strength tells me that these rotations won't last. I have to go back to this chart. Really, really nice dump. So that's a little bit of why the 163 IWM should get a little bit of support. This is NYSE, so think Russell, and it's on a weekly. This is 2018. This is the pre-COVID crash. This is all that QE, right? And then there's stuff underneath the market that just is breaking down. And we are in this air pocket. We are rolling over. We haven't even triggered the zero mark. So I'm not really excited about a big bounce in Russell. I'm much more worried about companies within. Especially though, what do you then see as value? Because right now it's hysterical, literally, to see 3% move higher in banks. Why? Because the VIP stocks are selling off. So that's your factor rotation. So let me just see, where are we going literally today? Excuse me for just a moment. We got VIX we know about. KRE, 3% leads. This is another banking index. REM, right? Real estate REITs. Now this is XLRE. We talked about this yesterday, right? This is a lot of plays in here are the PSA, for example, public storage. You got to have mobility to actually have growth. Anyway, long story short, they can raise prices to kind of make up for some of the margins, but volumes are much lower without lots of home buying and selling. Anyway, this is what's bouncing. IYR, I'm going to say XLU is in here too. All the value stuff, right? There's utilities, there's home builders, insurers, nat gas. That's hysterical. Anyway, the point is all the stuff that is more value or reflation trade related, and yet the dollar is strong as bull. No, yeah, I'm with Craig. That's just that's not going to last. This doesn't mean that the value rotation is going to replace, in other words, the VIP selling. We got to find the safe stocks and the safe sectors, because this VIP selling is picking up with speed right now. That's what I'm seeing. That's why Qs are underneath 348.50. SPY is trying to hold 415 and it's not. Yields are, even though yields are softening, market's weak sauce. Once it starts to pick up, this is what happens. This is exactly what I expected. This outlier would revert and we'd start to come down. We have not even really, with the Qs, we haven't really started to dump yet. But we now are under 348.50, and that's the level to break. Yeah, out of tech and into bank for the day, Craig says, because that was quite the move. With KRE up 3.3%. We definitely have a little bounce intraday at that 10:30 mark that John warned about. But honestly, this is still working really well. We have not busted down through this kind of trend line here, but this is basically kind of a graphical image of growth rolling over. And it happens to be value that's picking up, even if you don't trust it. In other words, IWM, KRE, IYR, I mean, look at these things. That's a value rotation right there. How long can it last? So much of it, like Craig says, depends on the strength of the dollar. And right now, that's pretty darn strong. So not likely very long. Craig says, to me, books are being forced to delever, covering shorts, taking down longs, but cross-asset signals suggest to me that net equity selling is coming. It's been here. It's definitely been here. Check out Craig's channel. He's got some really strong assessment on what's overbought. And part of that is Bitcoin, surprisingly, even though he likes it as a lovely hedge.